I'm going to talk about the democratic schools and the traditional schools. First of all, the origin of both of them. First of all, the normal or traditional school that we know, it was more like about the 17th century, but more applied in the 17th, 19th century. This was more like a proposal from the factories that were the Industrial Revolution to give an education to the children of the workers that were in the fabric. But the democratic education was more like going to the poor children in the 19th century. It was like a different idea because many people that were philosophians ta- talk about the education of the rich people, but not about the poor people or the people that were the child of the non very privileged people. And now the point, the first argument that we are talking about, and it's about that the democratic schools give more freedom to the students. It's a big point because imagine that you're being able to choose whatever you want. For example, if you know that you want to be an artist, but there's nothing that gives you an opportunity because the school only gives you 2 hours per cycle to only learn, for example, arts, then you're not going to develop something. It's like more like a dream that isn't going to come true. Or for example, if you know that you're working on maths, and in the maths you know that you already know the topic and you're just there to warm the seat and do nothing, then why not focus on other things? For example, other things that you are in good. For example, we can say English or science or something that attracts your passion to study, not to stay there like you have to do this, and this. Also, you know now face the consequences of your actions. For example, if you do something wrong, then there's not going to punish. And also, this teach the students like what to do and what not to do. It's like the feeling of freedom that they give to students that is the feeling that they gain during the adultship or when they grow up. They start to understand the world and can learn new things. Basically, the freedom that they are given is something that they understand. First of all, they can understand that they are doing something good, and that's it. But if you give someone freedom to do at one point the things that would have some restriction, then now they are going to be nothing. They are going to be something that is normal or doesn't have. For example, escaping the classroom or something. If you are give the children some freedom and they do constantly that, then it loses the point of doing it, and they become more responsible to know what is best for them and what is not.
We consider that the democratic school gives more sense of responsibility than traditional school because in the democratic school they give students the option to choose the classes that they like most depending the one they want to do when they grow up, which is not the case in traditional school since they don't give students the choice of what to study but rather make them see the typical subject with the thought that everything is important. In addition, traditional school want students to be academically good than to demonstrate by grades. On the other hand, democratic school don't see result through grades, but rate through the values that the students acquire over the time to that they can later share them with the society.
Okay, I'm going to talk about the relation about the teachers, staff, and students that are in the both of schools. In schools, uh, these type of person like students and parents now have so much choice of the take of decisions, like new type of rules and new types of things that going to implement in the learning of the students. But in the democratic schools are more active because all the people have the choice to know about uh, all the things that going to happen in these schools. Uh, in this type of decisions is more for a new type of learning or a new types of materials or activities that is going to implement. Uh, these types of decisions is going to take by a democratic choice by a votation, and then is like an election of a president, for example, and this is for see who type of persons who who people want to approve this type of decisions or who people are disappointing these types of decisions. Also, according with the video Democratic Schools Education, uh, everyone can speak, mediate, or come up with a solution for a problem that can present this type of decisions. To know all the points of view, uh, all the people have the have a turn to speak and say in public what type of decision they take and why they take that decision, and to uh, take off and to see what type of strategies they're going to use to uh, do this type of decisions, like if they going to uh, put new news activities, they have to explain what type of activities and why of these activities. Or if they are going to modify something of the schools of the subjects, is going to communicate to all the parents to see their point of view in this type of schools.